Every fall, millions of people over 60 experience the same pattern. They feel great all summer long, then September hits and suddenly they're tired, moody, and getting sick more often. Most people blame it on getting older or the weather changing, but the real reasons are hidden and completely preventable. If you've ever noticed that your energy crashes when summer ends, if you start feeling down or anxious as the days get shorter, or if you seem to catch every cold that goes around once fall arrives, then this video could change how you experience the seasonal transition. Here's what most people don't realize. The end of summer triggers 3 specific biological changes in your body that hit seniors harder than younger people. These changes happen gradually, so you might not notice them until you're already struggling. But once you understand what's happening, they're surprisingly easy to fix. In the next 20 minutes, I'll reveal the 3 hidden reasons your body crashes when summer ends. I'll show you exactly how to prevent each one with simple, inexpensive solutions. And most importantly, I'll tell you about the timing mistake that makes everything worse. A mistake that could turn a mild seasonal dip into months of unnecessary suffering. But before we start, if you're watching this in late summer or early fall and you're already thinking ahead to how you'll feel in the coming months, you're already ahead of most people who wait until they're struggling to look for answers. Quick legal note: this is educational content only, not medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before making any health-related changes. You'll find the complete disclaimer in the description below. Now, let's talk about why your body struggles when summer ends. Have you ever felt like someone dimmed the lights on your life without you noticing? That gradual slide from feeling vital and energetic to feeling heavy, sluggish, and just less than yourself? You might blame it on getting older or the changing weather. But what you're actually experiencing is your body's energy systems shutting down as vitamin D levels crash faster than you realize, leaving every cell in your body struggling to function properly. Let's start with the most hidden but devastating reason you crash when summer ends. Your vitamin D levels are plummeting faster than you realize, and your body is struggling to cope. Here's what most people don't understand. During summer, your skin has been your vitamin D factory, producing this crucial hormone every time you step outside. But as summer ends, 2 things happen that create a perfect storm. The sun gets weaker and you spend more time indoors, cutting off your vitamin D production just when your body has gotten used to abundant levels. But here's what makes this particularly brutal for seniors. Your vitamin D stores from summer don't last as long as they used to. After age 60, your body becomes less efficient at storing vitamin D in fat and muscle tissue. So, while a 30-year-old might coast on summer vitamin D stores until November, your levels could be crashing by early October. The symptoms sneak up on you gradually. First, you might notice you're more tired than usual. Then your mood starts to dip. You feel less optimistic, maybe more anxious or irritable. Your immune system weakens, so you catch colds more easily. Your muscles and joints might ache more, and you might start having trouble sleeping well. Here's the devastating timeline. Research shows that without supplementation, vitamin D levels can drop by 25 to 40% between August and December. If your levels were barely adequate at the end of summer, by Thanksgiving, you could be severely deficient. The solution is surprisingly simple, but requires timing. Start vitamin D. 3 supplementation by early September, before your levels crash. Most seniors need 2,000, 4,000 IU daily during fall and winter. Take it with fat for absorption. A spoonful of olive oil or some nuts will do. And here's what this transformation feels like. Instead of that gradual dimming of your inner light, you maintain that steady, warm sense of vitality that you had during summer. Your energy stays consistent rather than slowly draining away. Your mood remains stable and optimistic instead of gradually sliding into the winter blues. You feel like yourself all year round instead of becoming a dimmer version as the seasons change. But vitamin D crash is just the first hidden reason. The second one has to do with something happening in your brain. Have you ever felt like you're losing yourself as the days get shorter? That creeping sense that you're becoming someone you don't recognize, more irritable, less motivated, craving comfort foods you normally resist. You might feel like you're fighting an invisible weight that makes everything harder than it should be. This isn't a character flaw or weakness. It's your brain chemistry shifting into winter mode without the support it needs to make this transition smoothly. The second hidden reason you crash when summer ends is happening in your brain, and it's something most people never connect to their seasonal struggles. Your brain chemistry is shifting into winter mode, and this transition hits seniors particularly hard. Here's what's happening. As daylight hours decrease, your brain's production of serotonin, your feel-good neurotransmitter, starts dropping. At the same time, your production of melatonin increases, making you feel sleepier and more sluggish. This is normal to some degree, but for many seniors, this shift becomes extreme and debilitating. Why does this hit people over 60 harder? Several reasons. Your brain naturally produces less serotonin. As you age, you're likely spending even more time indoors than younger people. And many medications that seniors take, including blood pressure medications, antidepressants, and even some over-the-counter drugs, can interfere with normal serotonin and melatonin production. The symptoms of this brain chemistry shift are often mistaken for depression or just getting older. You might feel sad or anxious for no clear reason. You crave carbohydrates and sweets more than usual. You want to sleep more but don't feel rested. You lose interest in activities you normally enjoy. And you might feel socially withdrawn or isolated. But here's what most people don't realize. This isn't inevitable. You can support healthy brain chemistry through the seasonal transition with some simple strategies. First, light exposure is crucial. Even 15, 20 minutes of bright morning light can help maintain healthy serotonin levels. If natural sunlight isn't available, a light therapy box can provide similar benefits. Use it for 20 to 30 minutes each morning while having your coffee or reading. Second, certain nutrients specifically support healthy brain chemistry during seasonal transitions. Omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA, help maintain serotonin production. B vitamins, especially B6 and folate, are essential for neurotransmitter synthesis. And magnesium helps regulate both serotonin and melatonin. And here's what balanced brain chemistry feels like. Instead of that heavy, weighted-down feeling, you experience emotional stability and resilience. Your mood stays more consistent instead of swinging with the weather. You maintain interest in activities you enjoy, and that sense of motivation and optimism that defines who you are stays strong regardless of what's happening outside your window. But brain chemistry changes are just part of the picture. The third hidden reason involves something happening to your sleep patterns. Have you ever gone to bed feeling exhausted but then tossed and turned for hours? Or fallen asleep easily but woken up multiple times, feeling like your mind won't turn off? Maybe you sleep for 8 hours but wake up feeling like you haven't rested at all, dragging through your day like you're moving through thick fog. This frustrating cycle where rest doesn't restore you isn't just annoying. It's a sign that your sleep architecture is collapsing and it's sabotaging every other aspect of your health. The third hidden reason you crash when summer ends is something most people never think about, but it affects everything else. Your sleep architecture, the structure and quality of your sleep, is collapsing as the seasons change. Here's what's happening. During summer, the longer daylight hours help regulate your circadian rhythms naturally. Your body knows when to be alert and when to wind down. But as summer ends, the rapidly changing light patterns confuse your internal clock, and this confusion hits seniors particularly hard. Why are seniors more vulnerable to this sleep disruption? Your circadian rhythms naturally weaken with age. You produce less melatonin than you used to, and you're more sensitive to changes in light exposure. Add in the seasonal shift, and your sleep patterns can become completely dysregulated. The signs of sleep architecture collapse are subtle at first. You might have trouble falling asleep even though you feel tired. You wake up multiple times during the night for no clear reason. You wake up too early and can't get back to sleep. And most importantly, even when you get enough hours of sleep, you don't feel rested. Here's what most people don't understand. This isn't just about feeling tired. Poor sleep quality creates a cascade of problems that explain many of the symptoms people experience when summer ends. Disrupted sleep weakens your immune system, making you more susceptible to infections. It affects your mood and cognitive function. It disrupts your appetite and energy regulation. And it makes you more sensitive to stress. But here's the good news. You can protect your sleep architecture through the seasonal transition with some targeted strategies. First, maintain consistent sleep and wake times even on weekends. Your circadian rhythms thrive on predictability, especially during periods of change. Second, create a strong light contrast between day and night. Get bright light exposure in the morning and early afternoon, but dim the lights in your home too, 3 hours before bedtime. And here's what restored sleep architecture feels like. Instead of that frustrating cycle of exhaustion without rest, you experience true restoration. Sleep becomes genuinely refreshing instead of just time spent unconscious. You wake up feeling mentally clear and physically restored, ready to engage with your day rather than dragging through it. The key is being proactive. Don't wait until your sleep is already disrupted. But before I tell you how to put all of this together, here's something for those of you who've watched this far. Something most people don't know that could change how you experience every seasonal transition for the rest of your life. It's called the 72-hour rule, and it's based on how your body actually adapts to change. Your body doesn't adjust to seasonal changes gradually. It adapts in 72-hour cycles. This means that the changes you make today won't show their full effect for about 3 days. But here's the powerful part. Once your body adapts, those changes become your new baseline. Here's how to use this to your advantage. Instead of waiting until you feel bad to make changes, start implementing your seasonal support strategies exactly 72 hours before you typically start struggling. For most people, this means starting your winter preparation in the last week of August or first week of September. The 72-hour rule applies to everything we've discussed. Start your vitamin D3 supplementation 72 hours before you expect your levels to drop. Begin light therapy 72 hours before you typically notice mood changes. Implement your sleep strategies 72 hours before you usually start having sleep problems. Here's why this works so well for seniors. Your body takes longer to adapt to changes than it used to, but it also maintains new patterns more strongly once they're established. By getting ahead of the seasonal changes, you're working with your body's natural adaptation process instead of fighting against it. I've seen this rule transform how people experience seasonal transitions. Instead of spending weeks or months struggling with symptoms, they glide smoothly from summer into fall and winter with minimal disruption. The key is tracking your patterns. Keep a simple journal noting when you typically start feeling different as seasons change. Then, plan to start your support strategies 72 hours before that point. Now that you understand the 3 hidden reasons you crash when summer ends, let me give you a simple daily protocol that addresses all of them at once. This isn't complicated or expensive, it's just strategic. Here's your morning routine starting in early September. Within 30 minutes of waking up, get 15-20 minutes of bright light exposure. If it's sunny, step outside for a short walk. If not, use a light therapy box while having your morning coffee. This single action supports healthy brain chemistry, regulates your circadian rhythms, and helps maintain your mood and energy. Take your vitamin D3 supplement with breakfast. Include some healthy fat, olive oil on your eggs, nuts with your yogurt, or avocado on toast. This ensures optimal absorption and starts building your vitamin D stores before they crash. Include omega-3 rich foods in your breakfast or take a quality fish oil supplement. The EPA in omega-3s specifically supports serotonin production, helping your brain chemistry stay balanced through the seasonal transition. Here's your evening routine. Dim the lights in your home too, 3 hours before bedtime. This signals your brain to start producing melatonin naturally. Avoid screens during this time or use blue light blocking glasses if you must use devices. Take a small dose of magnesium, 200 to 400 milligrams, about an hour before bed. Magnesium supports both muscle relaxation and healthy sleep architecture. Choose magnesium glycinate or magnesium threonate for best absorption and least digestive upset. If you need additional sleep support, take 0.5-1 mg of melatonin 30 minutes before your target bedtime. Remember, less is more with melatonin. Higher doses often backfire. Here's your weekly routine. Maintain the same sleep and wake times every day, including weekends. Plan at least one social activity per week to support your mental health. This could be coffee with a friend, a community group meeting, or even a regular phone call with family. Here's what this protocol does. The morning light exposure maintains healthy brain chemistry and circadian rhythms. The vitamin D3 prevents the devastating drop in levels that causes fatigue and immune problems. The evening routine protects your sleep quality, and the social connections provide crucial mental health support. The key is consistency. These strategies work through cumulative effect, not quick fixes. Start the protocol in early September and maintain it through winter. By Thanksgiving, when many of your friends are struggling with seasonal challenges, you'll be feeling strong and energetic. But there's one more crucial element that most people overlook. Here's the final piece that determines whether you'll successfully transition from summer to fall or crash like so many others. It's a mindset shift that most people never make, but it's absolutely crucial for seniors. Stop thinking of fall and winter as something to endure and start thinking of them as seasons to thrive in. This isn't just positive thinking. It's about changing your expectations and behaviors in ways that support your health. Here's what most people do wrong. They spend the last weeks of summer dreading the coming months. They tell themselves, "I always get sick in winter," or "I hate how tired I get when it's dark." This negative anticipation actually creates stress that weakens your immune system and disrupts your sleep before seasonal challenges even begin. The healthier approach is proactive preparation combined with realistic optimism. Instead of dreading shorter days, plan activities you can look forward to. Instead of expecting to get sick, focus on the steps you're taking to stay healthy. Instead of mourning the end of summer, embrace the unique opportunities that fall and winter bring. Here's why this matters for your physical health. Chronic worry and negative expectations trigger stress hormones that suppress immune function, disrupt sleep, and accelerate the very problems you're trying to avoid. Research shows that people who approach seasonal changes with confidence and preparation have significantly fewer health problems during winter months. The practical application is simple. Each time you catch yourself thinking negatively about the coming season, redirect to an action you can take. Instead of, "I always get depressed in winter," think, "I'm starting light therapy early this year." Instead of, "I hate being cooped up inside," think, "I'm planning indoor activities I enjoy." This mindset shift, combined with the practical strategies we've discussed, creates a powerful foundation for thriving through seasonal transitions instead of just surviving them. So there you have it. The 3 hidden reasons seniors crash when summer ends and the simple solutions that can prevent it. Your vitamin D levels plummeting faster than your body can handle. Your brain chemistry shifting into winter mode without support. And your sleep architecture collapsing as your circadian rhythms get confused. The good news? Every single one of these problems is preventable with simple, inexpensive strategies. Start vitamin D. 3 supplementation early. Use light therapy to support healthy brain chemistry. Protect your sleep with consistent routines and targeted nutrients. And approach the seasonal transition with confidence instead of dread. Remember the 72-hour rule. Start your preparation before you need it, not after you're already struggling. Now, I have a mission for you to make this real. Write in the comments which of these 3 hidden reasons hit closest to home for you. Is it the vitamin D freefall, the brain chemistry shift, or the sleep architecture collapse? By identifying your biggest challenge, you're taking the first step toward preventing the seasonal crash. Let's see those answers. And if someone's comment helps you understand patterns you've experienced or gives you a strategy to try, please take a moment to thank them. Building awareness together makes these seasonal transitions so much more manageable. Finally, our mission here is to help people thrive through every season instead of just surviving them. Every like helps this video reach more seniors who dread the approach of fall and winter. And if you thought of one specific person while watching this, someone who always struggles when summer ends, share this video directly with them. You could change how they experience the next few months and every seasonal transition for the rest of their life.